These views were shared by Norton over the weekend during an interview on the State of the Nation program. While issues such as the postponement of local government elections and the need for a new voters list were also discussed, Norton passionately weighed in on the proposed amendments to the Natural Resource Fund, NRF.
They are hurtling to amend Article 22 so that they can put power in the hands of the President and the Minister of Natural Resources, so that they will be in a position to misuse the funds that will come from the oil and gas sector.
The NRF Act was passed in December 2019 by the previous government without the support of the then political opposition party, which now forms the current administration. Prior to its passage, the legislation was criticized for having a fiscal rule that is complex and hard to understand, particularly by the public and oversight bodies. As a result, the International Monetary Fund and the Natural Resource Governance Institute both urge Guyana to simplify its fiscal rule governing withdrawals and savings. The NRF Act provides for the establishment of a fund to manage natural resource wealth in an effective and efficient manner by ensuring that volatility in natural resource revenues does not lead to volatile public spending, ensuring the revenues do not lead to a loss of economic competitiveness, and fairly transferring the wealth across generations to ensure that future generations benefit from it. However, since the bill's passing 2 years ago, it has remained under scrutiny by the PPC. Vice President Barjagdo has maintained that the NRF Act is weak in terms of keeping politicians away from its management. As of October 31, 2021, revenues in the NRF amounted to $534 million. The government has been keen not to include any of the oil funds in its budgetary configurations since it believes that the laws governing the NRF are not robust enough to protect it from mismanagement and political interference. But Norton disagrees since he believes that there is nothing wrong with the existing act and any move to amend it must be opposed.
All Guyanese, I believe, have got to become involved in the struggle to stop the People's Progressive Party from changing Article 22. It is not a case of opposing the PPP. It's a case of opposing them putting measures in place to create a kleptocracy so that the hustlers in the PPP can misuse and steal the funds that come from our oil resources.
The proposed amendment to the existing act includes rectifying the Fund's Oversight Committee, which comprises 22 persons representing 22 organizations, and creating a board of directors to strategically function between the finance minister and the management of the fund. These changes, the Vice President believes, will make the Act easier to operationalize. Even so, Norton believes that it is nothing but a reflection of the PPPC's kleptocracy. Apart from members of the PPPC government, the formulation of the NRF legislation was heavily criticized by reputable international agencies, including the Inter-American Development Bank, which highlighted that the objectives and design of Guyana's NRF raised several issues. The IDB, in a statement, had noted that the fund on its own cannot achieve the objectives that have been set for it. Meanwhile, Norton, in a statement on Sunday, made another call to the Vice President for a national debate. In that debate, Norton said that he intends to debate the source of the Vice President's wealth so that the public will be able to determine if his fortune was obtained without corrupt activities. This call by Norton came a day after the Vice President commented on the process of the party's recently concluded 21st Biennial Delegates Congress by conveying that the election process was not free and fair. For the HGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.